Hey guys, welcome to In the Galaxy podcast. It's me, Michael G, ILKISON Gilkison with my boy.
Jay. My name is Jay Williams. What's up?
What's up, guys? We're going to dive right into technology. Last time we touched on TV shows and the evolution of that. So let's talk about, I guess a good place to start, Jay, is where I would like to get your opinion, is what do you think about, where's TV going to be in 50 years?
Where's TV going to be in 50 years? There will be no broadcast television. There will be no cable companies. There will be no satellite companies. We'll all move to the internet. And hopefully, we will see the development of a la carte viewing. Are you familiar with the a la carte TV model and the push from the populace to go to an a la carte TV model?
I'm familiar with the food term a la carte.
Yeah, well, a la carte means off the menu. I think it's French, maybe.
Yes, it is French. I do know that.
It means off the menu. It's a big idea in telecommunications. Whoa, you just coughed so much into the microphone.
I'm so sorry. I moved it up to not do it, but
yeah,
I've got this thing in my throat.
Yeah, Michael's got emphysema. No offense to anybody with emphysema. They're one of those talk boxes like that Kane had. Remember Kane from WWF?
I need to not have emphysema so much because you get the point.
This is off topic, which we talked about.
We're already off the rails.
Yeah. I know. We are trying to shorten these just a teeny bit. Maybe, I don't know. We're just trying to be as concise as possible. But Michael and I used to be obsessed with wrestling back in elementary school, like really, really obsessed with wrestling. One thing I always wondered, out of all the wrestlers that could have ever been or people involved with wrestling, I think the worst possible person in that organization of WWF was Paul Bear. Could have been Paul Bear. I mean, yeah.
Like, was he a ghost or something? Or
no pun intended. Rest in peace. I think he's dead now. But anyways, yeah. So anyways, a la carte. So a la carte means off the menu.
Wait,
right now,
what did the WWE or WWF wrestling have to do with anything? We were talking about you having emphysema and using a talk box like Kane, and I was just saying it would suck to have been Paul Bear, even though I kind of look like him with this white ass light in front of my face, this pale skin. Anyways, so you've had a hard winter.
It has been. Winter has come and gone. No, it's not gone. Well, I don't know. It's getting warmer. Anyways, okay. A la carte viewing, a la carte model. It's an idea in telecommunications with cable companies, cable networks, network TV, blah, blah, blah. Right now, if you have cable or satellite, you do not have the ability to individually pick the channels that you want to watch.
I know. There's so many channels.
Right. So you have to buy a bulk. You have to buy your channels in bulk, even though you might only watch 10 of the 500, 600 plus channels.
Yeah.
You have. So, and people have been saying for a long time, well, why can't I just pick what I want to watch? Why can't I just pick what I want to watch? Well, the main reason behind that is because of the cable companies and satellite companies. Some of the network television that kind of puts a little bit of power in their court.
Oh yeah. You know who one of the 6 major media conglomerates are? I would do tense for Eric Blair. My grammar was bad, Eric. Sorry.
Well, first
CBS.
of all,
sorry. Go ahead.
Viacom.
Yeah, Viacom's one. CBS is one.
Viacom owns CBS. You better not say this stuff unless you know what we're talking about. We talked about this when you came and saw me.
CBS does not. CBS isn't owned by anybody. Wait, are you sure about this?
I don't know. We're broadcasting this to people, and they're
I know.
Googling.
We just don't know our stuff at all, and we're just
Disney.
We can figure it out.
Disney and Universal are two big ones. Obviously, Disney owns ABC. Universal owns NBC. But anyways, that's beside the point. The fact of the matter is that
CBS is a giant, and they have lots of money, and they want to keep making money from broadcast television. That was my main point. I didn't mean conglomerates.
Yeah, but I mean, so is Universal, who owns NBC, and Disney, who owns ABC. I mean, they're both in the same boat. But that's not the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make. Focus, Michael. Focus. Right. So the point is that the people that ultimately benefit more from the whole non-a la carte things are the other TV shows on cable that don't get as much viewing already. You know, I'm talking about like those channels that you're like, does anybody watch this? Well, they benefit off of it because they still get money from those subscribers. And it allows those cable companies to charge more money. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, like I subscribe to Esquire magazine, and I don't know if I should be made fun of that for not, but they have good articles, so I own it. But they have a TV station now, Esquire. Yes. It's like cray.
They actually have a good beer show on there, but that's beside the point too. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much. It's pretty much, I don't know about a foregone conclusion or how far off we are from this type of TV model, but people have been wanting it for a really long time, where they can basically pick and choose the channels that they want. And
yes,
they're we can kind of already see how that's going already with the fact that, you know, you can already go to these individual channels' websites to watch their
Comedy Central is huge with that.
You can go on, if you have an Apple TV or a Roku, any sort of those smart TV box devices, you can there's people like Michael, I know that you don't even have cable.
No, I don't.
Or satellite or anything like that. You just do it all through the internet. And that's really the way that you're going. But the one caveat to that, the one thing that is kind of, screwing that whole system up is sports, because sports and live broadcasts are really the only thing that you can't really get away with that on. And ESPN3, even though ESPN3 is a very big thing, the only way you can actually have ESPN3 is if you have a cable or satellite subscription already. So,
well, for me, I just have an Apple TV and I just use Netflix and Hulu. Cost me a grand total of $16 a month. Ball up. Where what I can't get that I want is HBO Go, because there's lots of shows on there that I want to watch, like Eastbound and Down and True Detective. Like everybody's talking about True Detective now, and I can't watch it legally, and I haven't watched it, and it sucks because I want to. And like even FX, like I love the show Louie. I love Louie and other shows that come on FX, like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and I have no way of accessing that through. Like I would pay for it. I want to pay for it, but I can't.
You can watch it on iTunes.
Yeah, but then you have to wait until the season comes out. Nice thing about Hulu is it pops it out the day after, which is nice. But I don't know. I think you're being optimistic with 50 years. You really think 50 years?
Oh, no. I don't think 50 years at all. No, I don't even know if I said that. If I did say that, I misspoke. I think we're about probably about 5 years, 5 to 10 years away from something like that. I mean,
really, that's even sooner. I thought 50 was too soon because these big companies want to hold on to their money. I'm thinking.
Yeah, but I mean, 50 years seems too soon. But you have to think just the advances that we've made in such a short amount of time. I mean, what is this? 2014. So in 2004, not a lot of people had iPhones. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So not a lot of people had the ability to do half the stuff that they could do. Honestly, in 2004, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing right now.
Wow.
With the efficiency and the ease. So, I mean, that's what I'm saying, man. This like internet and computers and the way that we're moving, it's just so it's expediting the entire process of everything that we know. It's making it so much more feasible. You know what I mean?
here's what I'm thinking about, and here's my question. Let's say we're HBO and we're making all this kind of money from all these cable subscriptions, satellite subscriptions, advertising, etc. How are we going to keep making our money? You know, what's the game plan for these companies?
We can ask Netflix the same thing. You know, they're making really high quality TV shows, you know, like House of Cards and stuff with huge big name actors and directors off of $8 a month. No advertising. In fact, they're paying for advertising. They're advertising their stuff on, you know, on YouTube and on TV and stuff like that. That's the one thing I don't quite understand is how a lot of these places are making their money. I think they're being funded, you know, I don't know, maybe being funded in some different type of capacity, or maybe just enough people are subscribing at that $8 to where, you know what I mean?
I know there was a thing with content a while back where it's sky, or it dropped a little bit because it was something with production companies where they're not giving them the rights to their movies, or they're raising the price to get higher quality movies, and that kind of made their stock dip a little bit. But I mean, I'm thinking this was like 2 years ago when this happened.
So well, here's where it gets tricky is when like a lot of these companies like Netflix and Spotify and even iTunes came out, and they, you know, Netflix, they were like, oh, a streaming service where you can watch your movies on the internet. That's cool, but you know, I don't see it really catching on.
Right.
So what we'll do is we'll charge you relatively low fee to put all that stuff on there. Well, once those contracts ran out and they saw the numbers of how many people were actually watching their stuff, and you know, the company that sold it to them, their stuff is going down while Netflix is going up. They said, you know, they had a commodity that they could charge more for, so they charged a little bit more for it. I don't know when all that happened, but yeah, that's kind of what happened. But really, the point is the power. The power used to lie with the networks and the companies themselves.
Yes.
Well, now the power lies with the content creators, which is really, really exciting. You know what I mean? It like basically, let's say David Fincher, you know, director of a Fight Club and Social Network and whatnot. Let's say he makes this incredible movie.
Yes.
So he can sell it to any production company that wants, and all that revenue, you know what I mean? It used to be like a director would be with one production company, and he would churn out, like a factory, churn out a movie for them every so many years. Well, now he can make a movie and pretty much pitch it to whoever, a TV show. You can have your Netflixes fighting over it. You can have Fox. You can have HBO, all fighting over the one program. And the power going back to the content creators is really, really awesome. I think it's really neat.
Yeah, well, something that I can speak to specifically, just from like, I do screenwriting on the side now. That's one of my main focuses that I do, like with projects. And with that said, they're making less movies per year just for that reason, Jay, that you were mentioning about the content creation. Less people are watching movies, therefore there's not a budget to make more movies through all these companies. So back in the day, when it was more like with the studio heads and that type of thing, where they're churning out movies and stuff, it's basically just like you could have bidding wars on a script. Like for my script that I'm working on, I could take it to Miramax and I could say, okay, I'm going to sell this for $250,000, and then Universal will be like, oh, okay, well, we'll buy it for $300,000, and then like they would just run it up. Like selling scripts or screenplays used to be like driving factors up because they had all this money from box office sales. And now that's just not the case anymore. Less people are watching movies, and that's why I'm trying to move toward like, hey, you know, if I'm passionate about a screenplay that I've written, then I can just go and get the funding myself, shoot it myself, put it up on Netflix. The production company I work for, one of the writers/directors of a movie, his movie's on Netflix, you know, and he's still churning out money because I don't know if he went this route, but you can put it up on Netflix, and then you get distribution. A distributor comes and says, "Wow, I can make some money with this movie. I'm going to buy the rights, give you as the writer the money, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to make money off of it myself, off DVDs, blah 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 blah, syndications, off that kind of stuff, off cable TV stations, whatever." So I mean, it's an exciting time that we're in right now.
Yeah, it's it's exciting. I think one thing too is the more power that does shift in the way of the content creators. You have to think about things like production companies and record labels. They don't just serve as kind of this facilitator for what is really those players. Their role is not. It's for funding. They fund. That's a huge role. They're like a bank. They're like a bank. You want a movie made, you can make a movie without a production company, but if you got a production company, they're going to give you a lot of money to make a movie. That's just how it is.
Well,
same thing with the record label.
They look at it as business owners, like, okay, this is a product that I'm investing in. I can get a strong return on this.
Right.
Here's your budget.
With with content creators having more of the power, that means they probably will have less of the money. Unless you're a Christopher Nolan type of figure, or just somebody that's a big name already, that already has that money. You can make stuff, but oh
yeah, don't let me forget to talk about Judd Apatow.
Yeah, okay, I will remind you that. With the beautiful thing about technology right now is that the same equipment, the same cameras, the same software that your huge movie companies are making are accessible. They're accessible for people like you and people like me and people like anybody that's sit at home to do it themselves. The accessibility of them and the affordability of them, because technology is progressing. People in their everyday. That's why you're seeing more people on YouTube and more people doing stuff like podcasts and stuff like that. That's why you're seeing the production companies start looking to them, because they're capable of doing something that's just as successful and popular, as other things that they're paying a lot of money for, and they're doing it for cheaper. So,
yeah, and on the same note, I kind of want to, like with YouTube, the thing that kind of scares me a little bit is the quality of it, because there's a lot of crap on YouTube. I mean, there's just so much junk out there. It would be kind of nice if somebody could regulate it and be like, let's just put this in the stupid videos section, or let's just put this in this is terrible, or people putting up videos of their kids, which is cool, but I mean, I guess we're kind of seeing that layered level of importance on YouTube with channels and stuff like that, and with people like Video Game High, where the more views you get, the more advertising money you get off the dollar of ads that are being played on there. Like, that's something else I don't know a whole lot about, but that's cool.
The thing about it is, it's with more people being able to create content and being having the capabilities to do those things, that produces more more supply. There's more supply.
Yes.
If you go to the supermarket and you want to buy let's say a soda, let's say you want to buy a cola, you had
Coke. Cola.
Well,
it's cola.
Well, I'm about to go there. If you shut your face.
Dealer? Are you a drug dealer?
No.
Cola.
You can have, if you want cola, you can have Pepsi. No, you're not.
Okay.
Pepsi or Coke, right? Or some off Fago brand or some bullshit like that.
Diet,
right? Yeah, something like RC Cola. So you can have those, okay? Just in the same way you could go watch a Paramount film, or you could go watch a Disney film, okay? But now there's so many colas. In fact, there's a whole store full of just colas. But I only want the best colas, okay? I only want, just what you said, I only want to watch the best stuff. Well, that now, as consumers of media, we are now being forced to basically sift through and filter out and prioritize what we value as important and unimportant, and what quality, quality and not quality type of stuff. But that's the beauty of the internet, and the lack of regulation has its positives and its negatives. The fact that a video that could be shoved in that shit bin, that you were talking about, it can make it to the top, because what's a shit bin for you might not be a shit bin for me or somebody else.
Right.
And, for all we know, this could have been thrown in the shit bin. But it
probably
it can,
should be.
Well, man, that's for other people to decide. But I have a good time doing it, and
so do I. I love you.
Yeah, yeah.
No homo.
And it's just like, let people figure out what they want to watch and what they don't want to watch for themselves. I mean, I spend hours on YouTube every morning. When I wake up, I spend about an hour looking at stuff on YouTube and checking the channels that I like.
I get YouTube on my Apple TV. I was watching our podcast on my TV last night to kind of be like Kanye, and I'll listen to my own music. I got a fat beat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just to kind of, for the record, that's what we were talking off air before this podcast about whether or not it should be 30 minutes or 15 minutes or 10 minutes. I actually like that it's 30 minutes because, to be honest with you, I think in the future, you are going to be able to get on a YouTube channel and surf YouTube channels and stuff like that. Yeah. And I like that it's 30 minutes because it kind of sucks that if I'm really watching a video that I really like and I really enjoy, that's only 10 or 15 minutes, I'm like, I kind of want more. So, let's give people more. Let's give people their 30-minute show. So.
And who would not want to listen to what we have to say? I mean, I love listening to what we have to say. I think it's great.
Apparently, my roommate John, who is our best friend, just doesn't want to watch.
Our best friend will not even.
We are working on the audio thing. I think we're going to get it figured out really soon. So for those of you that want to listen to us, or maybe miraculously we've already done it and you're listening to it now.
Yeah, because you kind of got to stay ahead of the curve. So
yeah. But anyways, is there anything else audio? Is there anything else technology related you want to talk about? You
didn't remind me to talk about Judd Apatow.
I didn't need to. You just did it.
Touche, my friend. No, so Lena Dunham, the executive. Can you please do that face that you cannot see?
What I just said, no, I don't know if I should. While Michael was talking, this is what's fun, is that we can see each other. When the camera switches, he can still see what I'm doing, and I can see what he's doing. See, he's doing this right now, but I'm stone faced. I can take it. But he when he said touche, and then the camera cut back to him, and I went, like, I don't know.
Yeah, that was funny.
It wasn't as funny the second time, yeah.
Yeah, I know. A lot. We just crack each other up, or mostly I crack up at you. I never make you laugh.
Judd Apatow. I don't know how much time we got left in this episode, so.
We've got about 6 minutes before we got to end this.
Judd Apatow, go.
So, Lena Dunham put up her movie Tiny Furniture on Netflix, which I watched it and I hated it. I'm sorry, Lena Dunham. You're an executive producer for HBO now, and you're a director and you're an actress and you've won an Oscar and you've got all this critical acclaim and you're famous and all this jazz. But I hated the movie Tiny Furniture. All right, back to what we were talking about with content creation. Lena Dunham just made this movie. She's from New York, but she went to a college in Ohio. I can't think of the university in Ohio that she went to. All right, so she made this movie. Got a production company, made the movie. She put it up on Netflix. Judd Apatow, producer of 40-Year-Old Virgin.
People know who Judd Apatow is.
Yeah, they should. If not, IMDb him. He's done a lot of stuff. Well, anyway, he's a guy that for a long time struggled with making money in the box office. Well, when he made 40-Year-Old Virgin, he could just make a movie about anything. I mean, he did Knocked Up. He just spit out a bunch of movies where you could just make whatever he wanted. It's kind of like in basketball. If you've got the hot hand and you're making shots, it's nothing but net. It's like, here, Judd, keep making these movies. Anyway, he's watching Netflix. He watches this movie, Tiny Furniture. He literally picks up his phone and calls Lena Dunham. He finds out her information and he calls her and he says, hey, I liked your movie. I've got this idea for a TV show on HBO. And because he based this show off of Lena Dunham's idea, she automatically became an executive producer, which for those of you in the show business industry, they call that a showrunner. The executive producer is the showrunner because they either came up with a big idea, which means that they cannot be fired.
Yeah.
That's what that means, which is huge in TV. They are the gods of the TV show because they can't be fired. And that's what I'm saying about Netflix. I mean, if you make a good product and you throw it out to Netflix, that's just the thing. Who knows who could be watching it? Who knows? And Hollywood's got their ear to the street. They made the show Bleep My Dad Says into a TV show. It's a Twitter feed. It was a Twitter feed, and they got William Shatner to play the dad. So, I mean, that's what I mean, that we're in an exciting time. And we got about 3 minutes left. Anything else you want to add to that, Jaybird?
I think we're good. If you're watching this and you haven't watched it yet, make sure you go check out our other podcast previous to this one, where we reviewed Jay-Z's Magna Carta Holy Grail, and what else we recorded? The Neighborhoods I Love You. Next, we're doing A$AP Rocky and the 1975. So make sure you check out the next podcasts.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. We'll check. I can't talk. We'll catch you next time.
We'll see you guys later. Goodbye.